And see, I don't ignore the big guy anymore. I did that for a long time, and that's the story I'm going to tell you tonight. I love Nebraska. I've been here before. We call these the flyover states. People call it that. Idiots. This is the drive-to and drive-through states, right? This is God's country. It's beautiful. And y'all are the nicest white supremacists I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I had to do that. You believe they have the nerve to call you white supremacists? Do you believe they have the nerve to call me a white supremacist? Look at me, I'm brown. Not as brown as Kevin, but I'm brown. Oh, man. So yeah, I'm half Italian and half Armenian, and that's part of what I want to talk to you about tonight. My dad asked me to share a story with you guys about our ancestry. See, my last name is Zildjian. Any of you who are musicians or drummers would know that that's one of the Zildjian cymbals. Rick got it. It's one of the biggest cymbal companies, or the biggest in the world, if you don't know that. See, my grandfather and great uncle started that company in this country in the late 1920s. But it goes back to 1623 in Turkey. Now, why did they come? They were actually, my great uncle was the one who was supposed to take it over. Why? He was asked to go back to Turkey. And he said, no, I'm here now. This is my country. The land of the free, the home of the brave. That's where I want to build my business. And now they're trying to take that away from all of us, from my family, from yours. And I'm not down with that. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to stand right here and speak out as much as I can to do whatever I can. I should say as a side note, my cousins that run the Zildjian Cymbal Company, I haven't spoken to them since I started speaking out. And I'm not saying they agree with anything I'm saying. So please don't make that assumption. But look, my dad asked me to say to you that, hey, we came here, our family came here for a better life. This is the beacon of freedom for the whole world. If we lose this, where do we go? There's nowhere to go. And that's why, instead of going to Costa Rica to write my second book, which is what I wanted to do this year, I'm here with these guys, going around the country, talking to as many people as I can to tell you, I am here because I didn't serve in the military. My time to serve my country is now. And I will do anything that I can to stop them from stealing it from us. I shed a little tear there for you, Rick, so you're not the only one crying here today. I love this guy. Every night he gets up the second or third word, he starts crying. You know why? Because he speaks from the heart. He's a man of God and a beautiful man. Thank you for what you do. And for this tour, I mean, this is amazing. This is America, guys. We are it. We all have to stand up. Where's that young man who's at community college who came up to Kevin and I and asked what he should do? He's up there. They're telling him at his community college that he's got to take the jab in order to go to school. No, you don't. Right? And all we have to do is say no. We're not taking it anymore. You've pushed us far enough. We are peaceful people, and we will remain peaceful until there is no other option. And I pray to God every day that we never get to that point. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here, right? Because this can be done peacefully, and it should be done peacefully, and it will be done peacefully. Thank you. It's the first time I ever got a round of applause for collecting my thoughts. All right, so listen, I want to tell you just a quick story and then I'll be done. What Robert was talking about earlier is real. I grew up on the East Coast. I lived on the West Coast for 20 years. I was in the music business. I was a concert promoter. I managed artists. I licensed music for TV and film. Everybody thought I had the coolest job. Yeah, it was fun. And then something happened. I grew up in Boston, and 6 miles from where I grew up, the Boston Marathon bombing happened. And a quarter mile from the house where I grew up, they caught the guys that did it. And that week really shook me, and I'll never forget the feeling I had. We can't keep treating each other like this. And we all have to take responsibility if we want it to stop. And so I became a writer. I wrote a book called Zilosophy on golf, which is about the parallels between life and golf. They're both difficult games, but you play them better when you go inward, when you are sovereign, when you are in control of your emotions, the things you say and do. This is something we all need to do. It fits into this perfectly because if each of us do that, all the world's problems go away pretty quickly, okay? This is about sovereignty. And then I started a podcast called the Zilosophy Podcast and started speaking at schools until they told me I couldn't anymore. And so now here I am again. It's an honor to be here with all of you, and I'm gonna set the tone for what these guys are gonna tell you. Each of us needs to do something. And nobody knows what that is except for you. And God will tell you what to do if you listen. I used to be a really shy guy. My mom will tell you that I didn't talk till I was 3 years old because I'm the youngest of 4 and I could just point. This is not my comfort zone. I don't want to do this. I enjoy it now. I got good at it. But this is not what I choose to do. I'm here for you, not for me. I'm here for this country, not for me. We all need to find something to do to serve the country. Thank you very much. And I'll be around afterwards if you want to hug me or talk to me. Thank you.